Lawson won stage 1, everybody. Yeah. $15.39, he said. They said. Whoa. Playing bumper cars, Woody.
Oh man, I wouldn't give that. That was the aftermath.
If you want to know why your drivers, please let me know in the chat.
The outside, but now he's back at 19th place. That was as close as it gets right there. Ruben out of the way. See, not happy about it. Briscoe moved him out. Well, this is where it gets interesting right here. You saw the Stenhouse was not happy about the way that he got things. He got in line and not going to be close enough to retaliate. So he made pass this way. You better be darn sure that car can't get back to your rear bumper right away. Really good point. You can move them. There's still a lot of racing left. So that's going to give Larson.
95 to go. 157. 32 on stage 2 out of 125. Come on in, buddy.
In the middle of those two guys. I think that's credit to them taking off. Risking it early on, got in the track position and taking pushing game. Much like we saw last week at Darlington. Caution comes out the wrong time, they can net you. On board, I didn't, sorry. Okay, look there.
One caution. As the end of stage 1. 16 laps. Oh, caution lap 16. Probably why I'm school. 92.
Losing in.
160 laps in.
To tell you the truth, we get the attention, the celebrity, the bragging rights. What I really wanted is for every Ford driver to feel this.
Limited time deal and unlimited time deal. That's why the $5 biggie bag is that's never frozen beef and apple. All the time. Duh.
You can tell time by measuring the sun's
Yeah.
distance from the horizon.
For 2 then 1.
Looks like happy hour. Head for the mountains. During month of free. You can make a difference.
Ah. I turn that back up once Royce comes back.
We'll give you an extra $1,000 over book value. Then choose from over 1,200 vehicles and take enough rubber so you can rip a nice horn all the way around the corner. Now you got to keep up with the racetrack. You got to understand when to move up and do all those things.
Caution.
We're going to have our people 2 laps down. It's free to stay away from the left. Anything you can do is trying to get up here to the top right. Watch Shane Ginsburg and get to the inside of him. Put down a little thing, trying to squeeze and get things correct. Get to the door.
Oh, second. Caution. Push for cause.
let's head over to Indy. California, the 50th round, 8-3. The teams are allowed to purchase 9 sets of brand new tires for today's race, plus the set they qualified on. This morning, Nascar team another set of tires with the concern of the race. So 10 sets of new tires, plus the set they qualified are available. Some extras now. None of the race will be perfect. So this will be interesting, like Larry said, as to is track position that much more important? Is the pace what's going to come from the others today? Well, let's look at that. It's somewhere around what?
The network that truly prioritizes first responders.
So we don't worry about getting through. And they're the most reliable 5G network in America. Out here, reliability is everything.
It's treating your routine, whereas in frontline drivers.
The number one network choice in public safety. More and more, your mission is our purpose.
When my doctor gave me breast.
Yeah. Come on in. Anybody new here?
Track with legacy motor, powered by 7-time Cup champ Jimmy Johnson. 3 epic teams, 4 legendary owners, all going after 1 cup. Now you're up to speed. You win.
I think I have what it takes to be part of the NASCAR pit crew. You? Yeah, I mean, we keep Xfinity internet fast and reliable at home and on the go. It's kind of like keeping cars fast and reliable on the track. You thought that add coolant and driving with your sunglasses on. It doesn't make it cooler? What's a jack? Don't bring him into this.
I don't know, man. I mean, you asked if we could swap gasoline once.
Okay. I shouldn't be in the pit crew. I meant to drive. Maybe
Okay.
just stick to what you're good at. Beep, beep.
Yeah, Xfinity is your super fast connection to NASCAR.
I got my Perry there. And the 3 medium pepperoni, 2 ordered wings, 3 6 brownies.
Yeah.
We're making you complimentary for $6.99 each. Better ingredients, better pizza.
Days. Now through June 30th, get 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months or up to $3,000 off select compact tractors. See the details and find your nearest dealer at KubotaOrangeDays.com.
Here's John Hunter Nemechek leaving pit road after his stop. We'll switch to the rear view and watch the right side of your screen here. There she goes right there. That's the lug nut on the left side. And the wheel and tire that left started rolling down pit road. Oh my God. And here in the middle of a pit, look at Suarez crew comes around. they get that tire, I'd keep it. These 18-inch wheels. And how it's retained. Once that nut goes on past that brightly colored stop, the wheel should not be able to, or the nut should not be able to. Obviously, it most likely didn't get put on those valves, and the lug nut never went on, and then the safety pin never released, so the lug nut never got to the point of that pin popping out to keep the lug nut on there. You got to remember, the driver should never have left the pit. Well, but you got to remember that wheel's alloy, right? The studs that go in, you see all, look here. These studs here go into those holes, right? And they have a lot of them that so we can index with the blade. That thing can get looking on there and hold it up to the soft alloy wheel, and it can also go and get in between those holes, believe it or not, and it's alloy, it's soft, and when it does that, it holds it away from that keeper, the lug nut is not on. The good thing, it happened on pit road, the penalty, he has to start at the tail end along the slide, unlike if it had come off on the racetrack. Watching that tire roll down pit road, whew, man, that's scary stuff right there.
Come on.
For speed.
Are you gonna come shopping with us?
Where are you going?
Festival?
Choose 5 penalties now, Mike.
If you want.
Wearing that out. So when we restart, the FO mark on the restart zone is right at the exit of turn number 4. A lot of those cars are still on the curve. How much more difficult is it to restart and fire off when you're in the middle of the corner? It's a timing thing, and in Bristol here, I always just wanted to maintain my graph and just not spin the tires and lose anything. So you kind of just anticipate it and just try to not lose. Don't make any big mistakes. But if I get going on the bottom, next thing when it's on the tires. Back to green. They were the first 8. Now it's the first 12 as they line up. Did not stop. And this is going to be a big test right here to see if those new tires can make any ground on these guys up front. Getting flipping a little bit. Taylor. Right there. Knocking on the door. Here comes Bowman to the inside. We talk about those tires. Those sticker tires are always better when you fire off. And so once they get past 2, 3, 4, 5 laps,
No, that's my truck.
then you'll start to even out.
Not hanging up.
The guys that he has trouble taking off. Maybe he didn't get it. Oh, he's bottoming out. Yeah. I think a lot of that, I mean, he might be bottoming out a little bit, but a lot of that is just the used tires. It just takes a couple laps to get those things. They don't fire off very well. So everybody back to Ryan Blaney and Tyler Reddick did not stop. They are on the older tires and trying to gain some ground. Here comes Ricky Stenhouse, Bubble Wallace, and everybody who got fresh tires behind them. Whoa, AJ Allmendinger slipped up and they're 3 wide. Hold on. You see Ryan Blaney, he's one of those guys that put new tires on. So we saw that his car was really fast on the long run earlier today, but he's definitely one that we need to keep our eye on to see if he can make ground and make these passes with those fresh tires. So the Spire car is now fighting for 5th and 6th. So most of our advances.
Lawson, Bowman,
Ryan Blaney,
Hamlin, Bell.
13, he's down on fresh tires.
The top 4.
Not able to advance. Here's a look at Blaney's last motor races. He has passed an average of 40 cars per race, 4th position, but has lost an average of 6 positions on pit road each race. On the track, driver rating of 4th, 18th on restarts, 5th through ranking, not so well. As he was the leader on the last Raction flag. They're on a Raction last week, but Denny Hamlin had the right pit stall and the right pit stop to get
Yeah.
in position to win.
It's gonna be a long race, everybody.
You're going to need them to go deep into a run before those
Listen,
tires
oh,
will ever
Carson Hoover.
show you the advantage. I think.
Two Chevys, and then two Toyotas, and then the next Chevy is Carson Hoover, the 77. That's your top five right there.
Jamie?
Martin has run more laps this weekend than anybody. That's because he's only he's right here on Friday. He's 20 plus short. Yesterday, it's really where he's dominant. And so far, that's from the pace as well. Time after that first stop, he came on the radio and said, "This car is good. I'm really happy with it. They had made a slight air pressure adjustment to help me." There are 2 spots behind him, Denny Hamlin. All he told the team is his stop was
Let's listen to the 41.
not as happy with the balance of that race. They didn't make any air pressure adjustment on his stop.
Right behind Denny Hamlin is a 20 car Christopher Bell. Some lateral grip as well, a little tight in 1 and 2, but the larger issue was the 20 car. The last shaking up and down.
Yeah.
The team then dragged the brakes the entire collection here to try and clean the rotors off in the 47. And Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
You can see what gear he's in.
They were very, very loose. This is the reason why they said it. Mike Kelly did tell me earlier today. They went with a very aggressive setup, anticipating that if the track did get to where we had a longer run race. Very typical of Bristol. When the pace picks up like this, you get in sync, you get in, you start backing the corner up and running that long. You're hardly even dragging the brake. You just barely drag it. They run cool. They don't like to run cool. They start vibrating. And like you said,
Yeah.
the material from the brake pads builds up on the rotor. And these cars, they have really big calipers, big brake pads, big motors to go along with that. And that shake is really annoying, and it actually affects your rhythm as the driver in the way that you can brake into the corner. So brake shake is usually from the brakes being too cold. And violent. It's hard to explain how violent it is. You said it throws you off your rhythm in a big way because that wheel is shaking really hard.
24 on the lead lap.
He will be lapping cars when we come back from side by side race.
Fans of Kansas Speedway know how to have a good time. One that celebrates fantastic finishes and family-friendly facilities. Pretty paint, unique and tailgating tradition. Burnout, beer, barbecue. Oh, it'll for sure be a good thing. And you are all invited. Yes, our weekend at Kansas Speedway. Get your tickets now at kansasspeedway.com.
I don't know what to tell you, right? It's so protected out there.
I'll never leave home without a photo of the little ones.
Briefly for my husband. Like you, Robert.
Side by side.
It's Swedish. That's a whole rabbit. Name's Food.
Well, there's really no need for a Lucky Charm when you ride.
Not when America's #1 motorcycle insurance got your back.
We're just going to ignore the fact that Carl has a rabbit. Name's Food.
You can fit a lot of vacation into a weekend. What's your next weekend getaway? Verba.
What started out as a better floor liner for your car turned into even more superior ways to protect the inside and outside of your vehicle.
Yeah.
That led to enhanced ways to protect your home and to keep your pets safe. Next comes the next ways to secure and protect your phone. But the most important things for protecting.
Anybody new here and anybody haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and subscribe.
Introducing 2 new films featuring
If-
our world famous
If you not hit that subscribe button,
NASCAR fan rewards loyalty program today at NASCAR.com. UFL takes over spring ticket weekend with the Fox Football Extravaganza. Three UFL games. The Fox Football Extravaganza. Welcome back to Bristol. 219 laps complete with 94 laps into stage 2, which will end halfway in this race. 250. Kyle Larson picking up way more dominating performance after Alex Bowman led the first 39 laps. Larson has not been headed. And he's back in lap traffic for a little bit.
Yeah.
Was watching the drama. A tire got away at the front of the car. Yeah, watch this right front tire to go over here, right into that way, interferes with the guy in front of them, big trouble. This is from inside Suarez's car, into the fueler. Corey LaJoy's car ahead. So 6 penalties so far. 3 worth of speed. Coming up in about 27 laps here. Well, Ryan Freak's getting Larson. This will be the 3rd time that we've seen this. Each of the previous two, the free pass and got back on the lead lap. See how he fares this time. Moving through the in-car right there, being able to listen to him more than the problem. At that time, when you go back to the gas, and they will stay with it down here. Pretty poor. Pretty wild. Hand up on that big thing. What is that? Wrist hurt? I'm not sure. Got the steering wheel upside down.
Yeah.
It looks like that car is tight, or it sounds like that car is tight, just listening to the throttle. You just have to wait and then dump the throttle on the exit. Yesterday, we seem to have a quicker ratio steering rack than a lot of the drivers because it doesn't need to control as much. With the choice. So Custer up top. Custer 2 laps down.
Custer 2 laps down.
Christopher Bell moving up to 4th. I've been watching Christopher Bell, and he's probably getting back up through here. I think that is such a Christopher Bell thing. When this track comes down to it, you need a driver to move around. You need these 2 drivers. Yeah. They're capable of moving around, finding the grip, because you know that traction compound is eventually going to wear out on the bottom. Doesn't surprise me you see 2 of the best dirt racers in the field, Kyle Larson and Christopher Bell, running right here at the front. Bell's going to be one of our Toyota.
Yeah. Hey. That's a good statement right there.
Christopher Bell in 4th, Ty Gibbs in 7th, Chase Briscoe in 8th. Bell up there on the top of the racetrack, and as more guys keep running up there, I see more. That's the racetrack is a little bit different than the rest of the racetrack in that top lane. So it's got bigger jumps taken out of the. It tends to take a little bit longer to get that rubber in, but once it does, it's like a light switch, and these guys are going to be hunting the top of that track. On the bottom of the racetrack, wears out a little bit, just loses just a touch of speed. That's when that top lane is really going to be the dominant lane. And you can see that on the outside, exactly what you're talking about. See the shiny way up high. They get there in the middle of the corner. Watch it against the Xfinity race. They kind of diamond back off, Kevin. Back in the day, you used to rip right on the outside, from the middle to the outside.
Oh, yeah, that too.
I had a dime in the corner, kind of the way they are now. Now, Bell and Osabar, they're trying to move forward. They're going to have to go to the bottom because Daniel Suarez let them down. As if they're in that top lane, that orange car is Suarez. Look how much Suarez is two. The one that's rolling. He and Osabar both are rolling pretty good. About track position, the 12 drivers that stayed out and run over 40 minutes. They're all inside the top 13 right now. The only one that's cracked inside of them is Ryan Blaney. That's 12. At least see that. We just covered that one. You know he's going to go to the front. Here's the old tires, new tires, whatever the case may be. But that's what's going to the front. But the top, the cars that stay out. They don't matter. It mattered yesterday. But I always felt like the two ends of these racetracks had a little bit different grind as you go to Chase Briscoe. Let's see. And just like I'm driving, trying to figure out which end what you do here. Yeah, so now in 4, and I was in 3 and 4. But I always felt like the in 3 and 4 kind of went with the direction of the corner in the middle one.
Carolina is the end of stage, end of top 10. Ryan Blaney is in 9th. Chase Briscoe is in 8th. Ty Gibbs is in 7th. And Justin Haley is in 7th. I mean 6th. That's your top 10, everybody.
And they go back to 1 and 2. Turn 2, actually, that bump over there. It depended on, how hard you were on the stocks or whatever, the right front screen you had. If it bottomed out over there, you were in trouble. You were able to get around that bump, ride the ball a little bit better than I did. That bump is a very crucial part of this track. That's what differentiates turns 1 and 2 to 3 and 4. And that's one other difference. The way the sun comes across this racetrack at this time of year, and 2, at least to this point of the day, have been hotter. The concrete's been hotter than up in turns 3 and 4,
Wow.
which was partially shaded. Well, to what you're saying right there, that's why it started rubbering up, and that outside line will be a little bit faster in 1 and 2 than 3 and 4.
Well, yeah, that too.
To see, as you watch Riley Herbst and Kyle Larson get ready to go by, you saw the exit of turn 4 right there. And now what will happen as you start to run that top lane, the exits of these corners, you see some of the debris from the go up there. That's not just a cushion, and that it will grab you and just suck you right into that fence. I'm going to say somebody as high as it is in both corners, right the apex of the corner, you're going to see somebody hit the wall, jump that. You're about to see Larson get impatient with Riley Herbst there, who swept up the racetrack up into the line that Larson wanted. And he was tugging on the wheel and dropping to the inside. He's got to
Well, you make a good point.
Time be patient, let him get the job done. Brooks going 2 laps down here, and Nemechek just ahead. One thing we go 2 laps down here, that's just like, hey, I'm done with this. I'm moving up here. Get it. '66 stage Junior.
Lawson wins stage 2.
2 stages halfway at Bristol.
2 stages halfway at Bristol.
What's better than a limited time deal? An unlimited time deal. That's why the $5 biggie pack with a junior bacon cheeseburger is available all the time. Because the best time for fresh, never frozen beef and apples with smoked bacon is all the time. Duh. For the best deal of all time, gotta be Wendy's.
You'll be back. Emo can't help people customize and pay every beautiful.
Well, I'll be. Only pay for what you need.
It's time. Sale in history. Save up to 30% on moving and storage until May 19th. And see why Pods is America's #1 container moving company. Whether you're relocating or moving, save up to 30%
choose one apple and two orange wheels. Applebee's famous 2 for $25 with new sizzling skillets and steak.
The Bush Guy, old foods you like to. If you encounter one beer, chances are there's a path nearby. Fortunately, moons of celebration. Welcome to the Nascar Cup Seires.
I really love these home remodeling shows. Yeah, I wonder why Ken Him or Avon Ruffian Construction doesn't have a show. So let me get this straight. Your show, Ken Hammer, has no drama, no cost overruns. Things get done on time and there's no issues? Yep. People don't want to watch that.
Here's the dramas for home improvement shows. As one of 8 contractors certified at the highest level to install Milwaukee roofing product, have your roof done right the first time. From Ken Hammer, A1 Roofing Construction.
Save big during Hy-Vee's 3-day sale this Friday through Sunday. Hy-Vee pasta, just 77 cents. Coke 6-pack bottles, just $3.69 each when you buy 3. Hy-Vee 24-pack water, just $1.99. Dole salad kits, just $2.98. Red Baron pizza, just $2.99. Plus, save on chicken breasts, Wilton Northern bath tissue, John Morel pranks, and more. Save in-store and online this Friday through Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
Who does it?
Next week, NASCAR returns to the rock for the Xfinity and Truck Series. Coverage kicks off Friday with Truck Series practice and qualifying at 12:30 p.m. Eastern on FS2.
In the end, it comes down to these scenarios a lot. And Denny's pit crew executed again in that high pressure situation that we saw during the day. Once again, we saw a lot of miscues on pit road. So we covered it during the race. So we see the technique that those guys are using on the pit stop. And like Denny said in the victory lap, getting in the pit stall down pit road. The pit crew does their job out of the box, off pit road. There's a lot of little pieces, and as all this migrates closer and closer together, executing all these crumbs to put yourself in a position to take advantage of the scenario like they did at the end and win the race.
One of the best podcasts in NASCAR. Join Kevin every Tuesday and Thursday. Kevin Park's Happy Hour, presented by Echo Park Automotive, wherever you get your podcasts. Now, we take a look at the top 5 right now. Larson, Bowman, Bell, Hocevar, and Hamlin. According to our pit crew rankings, the way they would come off pit road would be Hamlin, Bowman, Larson, Bell, Hocevar. See how it turns out. The way this race is playing out here, that's where the money's going to be made. No mistake. Bob there, remember, he's got a good pit crew, right? Yeah, complete different crew. Remember, under caution, everybody enters the pits at turn 2 and exits at turn 1, as you see from our aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. Best seat in the house since 1925. Happy 100th to the Goodyear Blade.
Yeah, they've taken a lot of time to clean the racetrack up on all of these cautions to get those marbles off of that top groove on the entry and exit. So from a driver's standpoint, you're paying attention to that because you want to see where this racetrack is green. You can get a good eye on that PJ1 on the bottom of the racetrack and that traction compound to be able to tell where that rubber's built up.
Look here, you can see where that big round down there and then where it was. And you can definitely see the aggregate in the concrete up on the top of the racetrack versus in the middle. That, when it gets on that surface, you get the rubber purchase that so sweepers were in turns 1 and 2. We've got the screen in this one. Your road is open. Larson leads them in. Read it. So as far as that, he's very good right now. So good that almost got the plate saying out. Opted not.
Yeah.
To make fun A little bit too edgy as the cars have moved up the racetrack.
Bushel.
As he went along, the brake shake got better, and they are going to stop him short so he can get the chassis. Jamie?
Larry mentioned using a brand new pit crew that was official thing at Darlington, but they crashed so early, didn't get many reps together. So far, so good today. Kyle said the car is fine, just a little tighter there, but we're close, and the car is consistent. Meanwhile, the 48, a couple complaints don't have great front turn, but he said also it's a little right rear security.
Kyle Larson retains the lead from Alex Denny Hamlin comes out third. Kevin, we both saw it. The 20 car really took off out of his box back, and I saw him slow up a bunch. With fourth and Kosovar fifth.
Yeah.
Kyle Larson doing what William Byron did last week in Darlington, winning.
At Napa, we're the pros that know how to make your business our business.
Let's listening to Joy Logano.
With every part you need, from brake pads to stock your shop in Orange County, California, to oil filters for your fleet in Orange County, Florida. It's why we built a nationwide network of parts and exceptional service, all driven by one mission: to keep businesses big, small, and everything in between moving full speed ahead.
Introducing the world with creative consumer chicken meal from chocolate. Here for a limited time.
Biggest looking beard yet. Muscle and beard. Now with keratin. In just 5 minutes, sport your best beard ever. Just for men.
Some people just know they can save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first.
Is that your car?
No.
Like you know to check your sunroof is closed first before going through the car wash. Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first and save even more when you click or call. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Joy Logano is 22nd. Kyle Busch is 20th.
In the off season, I'm amazed.
Stage 3, 250. Out of 500. Man.
Using my hand. I'm out the game. Try relax, fit, sketch, or slip it. Welcome to more where that came from. More back-to-backs. More epic last laps. More stripes. More short fuses. More bumps and bruises. More Lone Star Showdown. More Heartland Heartstoppers. Welcome to the edge of your seat. Welcome to NASCAR. Jamie Chris here, Denny Hamlin, the waiver route just a moment ago. We will bring you the highlights. It has really been the Kyle Larson show. Last Sunday, he brought out the caution that allowed Denny Hamlin and his pit crew to win the race. Now Larson trying to do, I guess, what his teammate last week couldn't do. But Byron led through the first 2 stages and continued to roll. Here comes the highlight, and lap 40 is where Larson took the lead from his teammate and pole sitter, Bowman. Remember, he dominated last fall. One stage 1, one stage 2. Not a whole lot of action. We got some hit problems for some teams. Cody Ware and Shane Pittsburgh bringing out the caution flag. John Hunter Nemechek lost the wheel. But this looks like an emotional ride for a dominant driver who's run well here all weekend in Kyle Larson.
Yeah.
You just think about the tough start to the season with the 50-14. Finished in the top 10 last week in Darlington, ran 9. You ran 7th in that stage. Pitch crew gained him 2 spots. He's in a really good position right here. That's a few gives, win, but they need some consistency.
signal over the last 120 laps or more. Let's go back to the booth. Thanks, Chris. Kyle Larson, your leader now. 11 cars took the wave around. Here's a look at the one stage points today. Larson maxing out with 20. 11 drivers now taking the wave around to get a lap back. They are ahead of the race leader behind the pace car, which can wait to pick up Kyle. 6 of those drivers will wave around back to the lead lap. Noah Dixon is one of those. Chris Butcher, Nemechek, Jones, also Gilliland and Logano way back. We didn't get clear up all the way. That definitely bothers me. It almost disappeared.
Yeah.
Once again, it's the third time today. Nobody has a the second row.
Awesome. It's Bell is open in 6th. Allen for 6th. Yeah, just near kind of pushing the Bell. Boss. What? I'm going here. Oh, Madonna. Kozlowski, man.
Qualifies in the front and have those dominant cars like this. Get closer to being in contention at the end of the race. You can take a race off and still be the point. I know we just.
He good car today. Yeah, another one loaded good. Glitching good right now.
Now, doesn't it, Kevin? Well, the bottom is definitely got.
Blaney's in 6th. 37. Fifth, Ty Gibbs, 4th. Now it's Bowman, 4th. Second, Lawson,
Running and with the waiver in. And as I heard you say that typically as a leader, when you don't and have the 239 of the 279 laps ran, you get different. He is moving around because he has
yeah.
crossing over slide on. He's good at all if he's
Imagine it's he wants to switch to 211. T-Mobile and they'll help me. Get fully. If they have any. We'll give you new iPhone 16s on us. Plus, get 4 lines for $25 a line. Hey,
Man, I just got one more.
Mix the Minecraft universe with a Minecraft movie.
patients who have sensitive teeth but also want whiter teeth, they have to make sensitivity protection. Patients are going to recognizable landmarks like that.
What's wrong with going in circles?
Yeah, I'll be right back, everybody.
You just don't lose a lot of speed and keep a lot of momentum. Jamie, what do you got?
Okay, I'm back. Now, now,
Very big turnaround for Ty Gibbs. It's a big organization with Soviet racing, and to be able to put the resources, time, and everything that goes into trying to work the team around is not easy. But we're still great confidence. Maintain pace for he would finish about 4 hours. So, of the world's leader, he would walk and move with them.
Me too.
Discover the good. Go big. 46. And that team reduce my risk. Building the whole improvement risk range of castle disease and movement. No future goes to satisfy the geopolitical benefits or until that point. Don't take the food your family having C, CO2, or food. Tell your provider you plan a surgery or breastfeed, pregnant or pregnant. Stop taking the medical help right away for the swelling in the neck, reduce stomach pain, or any of these allergic reactions. Serious side effects will include
gallbladder, or severe bowel problems. Please prescribe if you have any of these symptoms. Doping may cause low blood sugar due to diabetes, especially if you take medicines to treat diabetes. I prescribe without symptoms, particularly your heart rate, rest, or if you have mental changes. Depression and suicide can side effects include nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, constipation, stomach pain, feeling upset, headache, feeling tired, dizzy, bloated, gas, and heart. Some side effects include
Yeah.
losing weight, lowering fever. Yes, no. I'm sorry, the 25 minutes of sugar, everything for patients. There's no simplification. There's routine because it's the same every day. But we're 100% different. It's still
Yeah. Okay. Peace. See you guys later tonight for baseball.